In this video, I invite you to join me on my working shift in a bakery. You will get a flavor of the flow of the professional production kitchen and how we produce different kinds of pastries.
The best part of working early is that you avoid a massive amount of people. You're almost by yourself here. I feel that London is a city where it's so easy to get busy, to get in the rush mode. But I just look at this Shard and it looks so beautiful. I think it's just one of those little moments when you treasure it, probably when you're about to lose.
Okay, let's put still sleepy thoughts aside and let's focus on our work. Once the pastries are proofed enough, we brush them with egg wash. Most of the baking was done overnight by another baker, and now we're finishing with the last pastries for the counter, as the shop will be open very soon. Let's do the quality check today. Lamination is such an important job of the day, so jump on this job as soon as possible. We have over 50 doughs to do today. So first of all, we flatten the butter, passing dough through the breaks. Now the dough is twice the size of the butter, so we put flattened butter in the middle, fold both sides so we wrap the butter inside. Then turn the dough, flatten, trim the ends, which will be reused later, and do the book fold. Then repeating the same exercise, starting with one side, turning, passing through the breaks, and finally folding dough into thirds, like a letter. Lamination can take a little while, at least couple of hours, so because I want to show you as much as I can today, let's go and see more different jobs. For lemon meringue croissant, we toast croissants and sprinkle some crumble. Then we pipe some gorgeous lemon curd, close it and top the pastry with the meringue. Blowtorch it and put some final touches, lemon julienne and rose petals. It consists of pieces of soft baked dough and topped with glaze. We do different flavors, apple and cinnamon with sweet glaze and savory one. I guess every baker wants to finish this job as quickly as possible, as this job can be time consuming. So first of all, we slice croissant in half, preparing tray by tray in one go, then brushing both sides with sugar syrup. We already have some almond frangipane done in advance, so we just pipe it evenly and close the pastries. Still putting a bit more syrup and frangipane to hold the flaked almonds. We pay extra care for the final touches. I think in the end it looks beautiful. Doesn't it remind you a little hedgehog? After it's been baked, we give a final touch of icing sugar. Now we're going to work in a temperature control room where it is a bit colder. Using pastry breaks, we roll the dough till exact thickness, trim the sides and then continue cutting with pastry wheels. Once we have the size we want, we slice the rectangle into half and create two triangles. This is exactly what we want to shape croissants. We stretch the piece a bit, not too much, and then gently rolling and pressing a bit. We repeat the same exercise and roll hundreds of croissants. After we have finished with each dough, we tray all pastries up and leave them for the team to arrange baking according to the order sheets. For pain au chocolat, we roll the dough tiny bit thicker. Trim the sides and ends. This time we cut the dough into rectangles. Traditionally put 2 chocolate buttons per pastry and roll this way. Straight away, we train them up and continue with the next dough. We do more than one kind of croissants. Here my colleague is doing generous cheese za'atar croissants. Another pastry is mustard and pastrami meat pastry, which is generously filled with all these ingredients. Time flies in the kitchen. I'm quickly recharging my batteries with a beautiful cup of coffee. Now it is a cinnamon bun turn, which is vegan because we use oat milk and plant-based butter. We begin by weighting up oat milk and mixing with fresh yeast. After that follows flour, salt, sugar and cinnamon. Mix everything together, resting and mixing again. Taking the dough out on the working table and dividing into equal parts. We leave the dough to rest, and in the meantime, we jump on another job. The dough was prepared earlier, and now we are just going to prepare fougasse for baking. After cutting, we top it up with the olives, tomatoes, and fresh rosemary. Brush with some oil and later top with the sea salt. Once it bakes, it looks like this. Now, when the cinnamon bun dough has rested enough, we take it out and start sheeting down on the pastry breaks. The goal is to make thin and long dough sheet so we can spread cinnamon butter and roll everything into uniform log. Roll tightly and then slice the whole log into smaller pieces. Leave them set for proving and later baking. Alternatively, we do cinnamon bun from laminated dough too. Now we will portion the bagel dough batch, which was mixed by my colleague already. We relax the dough before putting into manual dough hand divider, so we get even pieces. We simply put the disc inside the machine, press it, cut, wait 10 seconds while the machine is doing its job, and voila! These rolls are already in a good shape, but we will still shape it into more perfect roll. I must admit that this particular job is my favorite. We roll around 150 rolls today. We leave them to rest and later we shape them and use a different kind of toppings. Mustard seeds, black and white sesame or pumpkin seeds. That's it, the shift is over. Actually don't feel that tired. It was quite a nice day. So I have still some activity to do at home. So rushing home, taking my train, and yeah, let's go home. Thanks God I'm still in a good mood and still have energy to do more things. Doesn't happen every day though, as sometimes I take my power nap. Today, not the case. Quickly take my shower, and if I didn't do my meditation in the morning, trying to catch up in the afternoon. Meditation makes me feel more balanced, but you know what brings me back on my feet? Mate. But the mess is not necessary. Nada más. Since my childhood, I love growing my own food at home, so to complement my power fruit bowl, I go to pick up some fresh strawberries from my garden. Adding some more goodies, and within seconds, it's done. I will finish my truffles because they need to set, so it's gonna be a very quick job. Always working with the music. That is not even a question. Time goes really fast today. I realize I still need to refresh my starter.
Like a very active and bubbly starter. So I will put around 10%. That's all. I mix it all together, leave it in the fridge. So, and what do we do with this leftovers? There are always two ways. Either you do something out of it or you discard it. The second one is always the easiest one. I always try to find a way how can I use this food. I put some recipes on my channel, so you're free to go and check. My all-time favorite is discard sourdough banana bread. It's delicious. It is a little bit late, so I will leave it in the fridge, and once I come back from work, probably I will make sourdough pancakes or something like that.
My work doesn't end in the kitchen. I always spend some time on the computer planning and creating content or simply learning something. However, I'm not going to do a crazy long night today. It is time to work, but it's time to rest too. Thank you for watching and see you next week. So, if you reached this part of the video, I got one last thing to say. Have you seen the other 3 parts of Day in the Life of the Baker? I share different things in each video, so I hope you will find something interesting. Ciao!